Hello and welcome back to our discussion of the digestive system. We have been making our way through the digestive tract. We just went over the small intestine. Now we are ready to talk about the large intestine. Okay. All right. So the large intestine also goes by the name of the colon. And just to show you, this is what the colon looks like. Food enters the colon, or food chyme enters the colon here at this valve right here. Um, then it goes through this part of the the large intestine. It goes up here, up the ascending colon, the transverse colon, the descending colon, the sigmoid colon, and then the last portion of the colon is the rectum right here. Don't really worry about these names. I do want to mention the appendix is kind of like an offshoot of the large intestine, and it doesn't have any function, but as you are probably aware, it can get inflamed and cause problems. All right. The colon has in its muscle layer, we've got circular muscle, as we've seen in the other parts of the digestive tract, but you will notice that the longitudinal muscle layer is discontinuous. Okay, so instead of having a longitudinal layer that goes completely around the colon, we just have like three strips of longitudinal muscle. Those three strips, as they're contracted, they sort of cause the rest of the colon to kind of form these bulges. Um, and those bulges are called haustra. Okay, what else do I want to say? The inside of the large intestine, the wall is smooth. It doesn't contain villi. Okay, and the large intestine is the site of water reabsorption. It's one site of water reabsorption. It is also the site of digestion by gut microbes. So we don't do very much digestion on our own in the colon, but we have a lot of microbes living in our gut that sort of digest the materials that we are not able to digest ourselves. And then we are then able to absorb the nutrients that are freed up by that digestion that is done by the gut microbes. Okay. Okay, so I want to talk about water reabsorption in the large intestine, or water reabsorption along the digestive tract in general. So I just want to remind you that a large part of our water reabsorption happens in the large intestine. What we can see in this figure is sort of the input and the output of fluid into the digestive tract. So you can see that a bunch of water enters our digestive tract through food and drink. But in addition to that, a lot of water enters our digestive tract through our secretions. So you can see that our saliva contributes, bile, gastric secretions, pancreatic secretions, intestinal secretions. And overall, we are inputting about 9 liters of water into our digestive tract per day. Okay. We are terrestrial animals. We don't have a ton of access to water. So what we want to do is we want to hold on to as much of that water as possible. So what we do is we try to reabsorb all that water that got deposited into our digestive tract. So most of that absorption happens in the small intestine, about 7.5 liters, and then we have another portion of it that gets absorbed in the large intestine. As you can see, a very small amount of it gets excreted in the feces. Okay, so it's kind of the job of the large intestine to finish off the job of absorbing water so that very little of it ends up leaving our body in the form of feces. Okay.